Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
KK Crochet.
And welcome back. Today is Thankful Thursday.
Woo, woo.
And so what we've been doing for Thankful Thursday, instead of always sharing, it is things that we're thankful for, but we try to share a little insight into having better mental health and just, things that encourage and uplift and being an encouragement, right? So I saw this today on Facebook and it struck me as something I needed in my life, and I thought I would share with you. Maybe you would need it in your life as well. I'll sit back a little bit. My face is right in the camera. Sorry. It says, compassionate reminders. Your best is what you can do without harming your mental and physical health, not what you can accomplish when you disregard it. Let me say that again. Your best is what you can do without harming your mental and physical health, not what you can accomplish when you disregard it. And I think we all go through that. As a crocheter lately, I've been struggling with knowing there are things I need to finish because I want to make donations and things like that, but also knowing that I have limitations and not following those limitations. And I'll be the first to tell you, I always tell everybody, take your time, rest your hands, and we all know those things, right? We know what can happen when we don't do that. But I am the world's worst. One more row, one more row, one more row, especially on the C2C blankets I've been making, because I have like 2 points that really tip me over and make me happy and make me feel accomplished and help me move faster to get to where I want to go. The first point is when I am halfway done with the blanket. Or even before that, halfway through the halfway point, a quarter of the way through. So when I'm a quarter of the way through and I know I just have a little bit more to go before I'll be at the halfway point, that helps me. At the halfway point, I get super excited because I can start to decrease. Then when I get to the point where I'm 3/4 of the way done, I get super excited because I know I can do all of that pretty much in one time. So, because 20 rows, when you think about it, then ends up being closer to one of your longer rows that you would do normally. Like on the fire blanket I did, a normal row was 81 blocks. So at 24 rows of the 20, average is not quite, but close to what it would be for one row. So I can do 4 rows and it would be 1 row. And the farther you go, the more rows you can do. Math. You all know how to do math. So those things make me happy. But what I need to remember is that mentally and physically, I still need to be okay. So, learning your boundaries, learning what is the happy place for you, okay? So I started and was working on a blanket and just was one day sitting there and not counting the rows, not trying to figure out how many rows I'd done. I was just crocheting away and watching a video and just enjoying myself. Actually found myself enjoying the craft again. And so getting to that point is very important. If you're not enjoying it, you need to be asking yourself why you're doing it. Excuse me. So I am doing it because I want to help other people, but I also want to make sure that I enjoy doing it and that I'm not overworking myself. So we all need to be careful of those limitations, and it goes for anything in life. And no is an answer. And so sometimes in life we have to say no to things. We have to say no to people, and there are times that they won't understand that. But I am not one who is going to explain why I say no. I feel guilty a lot of times and feel like I need to, and so I'll start to explain, and then Kristen's really good at telling me, you don't have to give an explanation. They don't need to know why. And that's not being mean, ugly, or rude. That's being honest. It's my life. It's my personal life. And this isn't really about crochet, but about other things. If you decide that it's best for you to say no, no is the answer. Not no but, no and, no because. No. That's it. No.
And I have found myself recently telling myself no, because college is very different than high school. In a lot of my classes, you go to lectures, you come home and do the work on your own. And I have found myself really, really, really working ahead in all of my classes, and I've learned to tell myself no, because I get frustrated because we haven't covered that yet. So I've learned to do that too.
That's a good point. So, and she's the queen of working ahead and overworking herself. And so we have to be careful that she is not over stressing over things. And I try to tell her it's just college. They're not going to eat you. You know, if you mess up, you do it again. It's not a big deal. And I don't mean that to be, you know, to say it's not important or anything like that. But worst case scenario, what's going to happen? If you mess up, you do it again. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And so that's how we kind of focus on those things. She stresses when she doesn't need to. She does great. So, but learning to say no, we've talked about this a lot. It is a mental health strategy. It really is. Because if you stress yourself out and overload yourself so much that you don't enjoy life or what you're doing, how are you helping anybody else? We often say you can't pour from an empty cup. Okay? You can't give from an empty bucket either. So if you are there and you need encouragement, upliftment, and all of those things, it's difficult for you to give that to someone else. So focus on your mental and physical health. Focus on those things that are good for you at that point, and don't give past that point. When you are in a situation where you know your mental health is in danger, your physical health is in danger. If you have gone all week long and not slept well, and at the end of the day, friends are like, oh, we're taking the family to a movie, do you want to go with us? And everybody's taking their kids, and the answer's probably no. I'm tired. Do your kids want to go? Probably. Will they live and get over it? Yes. Will your friends get over it? Yes. If they don't, then okay, maybe, time to rethink some things, right? If the people in your life don't support the fact that you need to take care of you, then that's a problem. And I'm not saying that to make anybody make decisions. I'm not giving medical advice here. We all know that that's not what YouTube is for. But here's the thing. If you don't take care of you, who's going to? You may have family. I have family that love me very much, and they would do anything to help me. But if I don't say, hey, I'm having a problem, they may not know. I'm really good at saying when things are wrong. I'm really good at being very open about stuff. But that only to family. I don't share that with other people. You all probably know more about my health and mental health than most people do that are close to me, because there are times that you can see it, and there are times that you can tell, and there are times that I share to benefit others, but I don't share about those things in general. I'm not going to tell people. So when people message and say or call, can you do XYZ? No. Full stop. No. There's no need to explain. Why do you feel the need to explain? We live in a culture that we feel the need to explain away why we do what is best for us. There's no need to explain it. Do you? It's okay. Nobody has to know. And if they don't respect that, that's on them. Seriously. This quote today really kind of jogged me and made me realize that some of the decisions I've made lately are the right ones. That it's okay for me to make decisions based on my mental and physical health. And anything you give beyond that, if you're stressing mentally and physically, then you're not really giving 100%, right, to whatever you're doing. And if you're not giving 100%, why are you doing it? I'm preaching to me, not preaching, but talking to me, because I'm learning to reevaluate, and especially for next year as we do YouTube and we start to think about changes for YouTube, it's one of the things I'm thinking about. Putting my feet into waters where they don't belong, and stepping out into things where they don't belong. And so I'm going to be rethinking that in the coming year about how I stress myself and the pressures I put on myself and where I'm going to go with that. Kristen's really good about limiting herself with that. I'm not so much. And there are things I want to do next year, but they are going to be in certain confined parameters of things I'm going to allow myself to do. And so that's just where it is. So that's our Thankful Thursday for the day. And we are going to do a question of the day.
Okay. So it is September 12th as we're recording. So in my eyes, it's fall because the leaves have already started falling, and it's cold in the mornings, not so much at noon, but it's really cold in the mornings where I have to wear long sleeves and have the heat on. So I have fall trivia questions.
Yeah, we are experiencing an early fall here.
I love it.
Yeah, it's, of course, September, it's fall, but we are experiencing, like, generally we will have pretty leaves probably through October, and I'm not sure we're going to have them this year through October because they're already falling, because we are also experiencing a drought.
Okay. The first one is, when is the first day of fall?
And for you, it's like August 1st.
Actually, July 5th.
So I don't know the answer to that question, and we won't give it, so we will let you talk down below. When is the first official day of fall, and when do you start decorating for fall? Let us know those two answers to those two questions, and don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
bye.
Bye, guys.